Guys.
Only on 6 tonight, a controversial poster, and it depicts President Obama as the Joker. It's now made its way up here to Oregon. First, it popped up in Los Angeles, but tonight, the Portland man behind it says it's not about racism, but rather a depiction of the betrayal some people feel toward Obama for not doing all of the things he promised.
The way I perceive this, sometimes people think that activism is a thankless job, but when I hand someone a DVD or a flyer or post some little tiny thing on YouTube, I view it as a seed of dissent. You know, I view it as something that may change the world. I mean, all I want as an activist is to contribute something that's positive, that causes a positive change in the world, and then job well done. You know.
Tell me what you're doing out here today.
Well, basically, I've printed up a flyer and got some friends together. It's double-sided, and it's two issues. I want to raise awareness about the H1N1 swine flu vaccine, the fact that I think it was rushed through in a climate of fear, and I don't believe that anything that's done in a climate of fear can be done very safely. And I have questions as to how it might affect people's health. I mean,
what other recent examples of things happening in a climate of fear
things happening in a climate of fear of late?
Things getting rushed through.
Things getting rushed through. Well, for one thing, the manner in which bills are dealt with before they become law. I mean, Congress doesn't even have a chance to read these things. Sometimes these things weigh as much as a baby, you know, they weigh like, 10 pounds, and they give them 8, 10, 12 hours to read it, and then they're supposed to sign it into being a law. I mean,
kind of like the Patriot Act?
Similar to the Patriot Act. I think a climate of fear promotes mistakes, you know, they're honest mistakes, but they lead us in a direction that I don't think is healthy for us as a country. I don't think it's, if you do anything out of fear, it's not going to promote, it's not a good idea, basically, you know. It's going to bring about all kinds of negative effects you didn't intend, like warrantless wiretapping, or like, for instance, something Obama's talking about is preventative detention, you know, holding someone in prison for something that they might do. I mean, that kind of scares me a little bit.
How is that a message?
Right.
How do you think people should take it?
Okay. My basic strategy here as an activist is to get friends together and put together a cogent flyer that has information on it that I feel is relevant, that's not being covered adequately by mainstream media. Okay, and basically interact with people, be polite. It's very important to be polite if you can. You know, I mean, sometimes people get in your face, but stay on message and talk to people and be as personable as you can. You know, hand out the material, and if they don't want it, don't give it to them. If they do want it, then say thank you very much.
I mean, most people, you're hitting them with something that they've never heard of.
Right.
How do they take that?
Well, a lot of times people, they're either receptive to something you're going to say to them, or they're not. And when they're not receptive, all you can say is, please, don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything on this flyer at face value. Or don't believe anything at face value that I say to you. Do your own research. I mean, I would love it if people would try to prove me wrong, because then they're engaged. The idea is to get people actively engaged in a political dialogue and understand things, and to start promoting a culture of independent research. Instead of just taking what mainstream media gives them. I mean, you guys do a great job, but you don't have so much time to convey, what the major news stories are. So there should be more independent media, and that's basically the strategy behind that. Many people flyers, they don't want to do
Vaccination flyers for you. Information for you.
Unforgettable pictures.
The World Health Organization has plans for containment zones.
No.
This one's different information.
Okay.
All I ask is that you try to confirm it as fact or crazy, like either one, but just try to refute something in there. I've done the research. I'm just frightened for this country. I'm doing this from a spirit of patriotism, and I want people to do research on things that aren't being covered in the mainstream.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Ron. What's your name?
Michael, man.
Michael.
This Joker Obama poster. Where'd it come from? What's the deal?
Well, it first started showing up in LA and it kind of swept the country, and myriad activist organizations have picked it up. There's been lots of buzz about it in the mainstream media, saying that it's racist or it's a partisan issue, and I don't really feel that the poster particularly is racist. I feel that it's a brilliant meme to show the two-faced nature of the Obama presidency. I think the animosity that people feel is a feeling of betrayal, basically, by Obama because of all the myriad things that he promised to do and he didn't. The carryover between the Bush and the Obama presidencies, I find frightening. I mean, I think the poster is a honest, legitimate manifestation of people's frustrations. Where's the change, basically? Obama keeps Robert Gates, Bush's old Secretary of Defense. So how can we have change in the Middle East if we have the same person running both White Houses, military? It doesn't make any sense to me at all, and I think that's the motivations for the poster.
You voted for Obama?
I voted for Cynthia McKinney, the Green Party candidate, you know.
But, so, you can imagine a lot of Obama voters, they buy into this change thing.
Right.
And you say it sounds like they get more of the same. So, what do you think voters, the people you talk to, what do they think?
I get a lot of mixed reactions. Some people are shocked and they just get into the image and they can't get past the image and get on to the logical part. And the logical part is that we have the same imperialistic agenda going on in the Middle East. Okay, you know, we're still in Afghanistan, we're still in Iraq. Obama promised to start moving troops out and has not. You know, and we have the same warrantless wiretapping, we have the same policies. Okay, Obama says he's going to close down Guantanamo Bay. I love this one, but what he fails to mention is the fact that he expanded the practice of extraordinary rendition, where the CIA kidnaps people and ships them off to other countries to be tortured. I mean, we have the same regime. We just have a different face man. I mean, basically, I feel that Obama is Bush with a Democratic paint job. I mean, and just look at the core issues and what actually is happening, not the rhetoric. If people would actually be interested in the actual policies of a president as opposed to what he says he's going to do, I mean, it's just that simple to me, you know.
Anything else about the poster you should know about?
I don't believe in gods, or false messiahs. The only savior for the American people, the only person that's going to bring change, it's going to occur in living rooms and in dining room tables. Okay, we have to become actively engaged as citizens and participate in our own political process. Because if you refuse to stand up for something, you're going to fall for anything. And that's all I want from my heart to the world. Participate.
But Mike Smith says you don't have to believe anything he says. He encourages everyone to do their own independent research.
We have to become actively engaged as citizens and participate in our own political process. Because if you refuse to stand up for something, you're going to fall for anything. And that's all I want from my heart to the world. Participate.
Smith says the only real change that will come is from people taking part and promoting a culture of independent research.